John Harris here, and this is Info Products, coming to you live from our digital studios. Last time we spoke a little bit about brand, and we've now asked the question, and I'm getting it a lot. So what's the best way of understanding our market and finding out what tools can we use to get a deeper understanding of our market? Because we've already discussed the value of understanding your marketplace and your avatar. So we need to know, is the market we are choosing, the niche, a viable niche? If we look at red ocean and it's very competitive and difficult to distinguish ourselves in the crowd, and we look at a blue ocean, if we move completely to a blue ocean, won't we be trying something completely new and untested? We really want to be taking a red ocean and moving it towards a blue ocean that we know it's a market, but we're coming from our specific direction. It's our perspective on that red ocean that creates our blue ocean that's still linked to a viable market. We then also need to look at our understanding of that market. Do we really understand the market? Those psychographics, do we know what the people love, what they hate, what their passions are, what interests do they have, what magazines, what films are they interested in, what music are they interested in? Because if we understand their pain points, obviously it enables us to create a solution that's tailored to their needs, and that's what gives us the traction. So just going over some of my notes here, we're going to look at the whether it's the right criteria, the market that you're looking at, that specific niche, and the avatar, and whether we understand it. So to evaluate your market, whether it's good, these are some of the things that you're going to need to think about and to have answers to. Do they have a clear and specific problem? Have you defined that problem? Are they a large enough group? We understand that you don't need to be very broad. The broader you get, the more diluted it gets. You need to have a narrow niche, but that niche needs to be deep enough. Are there enough people in it? Remember, a great way of doing this is going into an area where there are a lot of enthusiasts already. It's a key point. If there are a lot of enthusiasts there and you put something out in the public and it's relevant and it gets results, people will start coming to you. So the next thing we need to look at, can you get your message? Are they easy to find? Where do they hang out? Can you get your message in front of them? Some markets are very difficult to get in front of. Others are a lot easier. So if you know where they're hanging out, what groups they hang out, that's why if they're enthusiasts, they'll be in groups, they'll be on specific platforms, then it makes it easier for you to get in front of them. Next, and this is something I learned the hard way, do they have the money to spend? I created a product, was a bit too far out to the fuzzy wuzzy, and the people I was approaching that I didn't realize I didn't want for that market, and the online dream catcher, those people didn't have money. And so it wasn't really viable right from the start. We need to understand, do these people, they have the ability to pay? Next, we understand, are they people that we want to help? And this is really critical. You look at coaches of sports teams. They have a very strict criteria for who's on their team, who they want to coach. So they don't want players that aren't going to fit in, they don't have the right attitude, that aren't go-getters, that aren't going to carry out instructions. They don't want people that are apathetic in their team. A sports team is very competitive and they need everybody working for each other and working to do the best, to do their job to the best of their ability. And the next thing we want to look at is, can you help the people you're choosing? You must, as a how-to course, an info product course, be the coach. You're teaching, you must be able to teach them something of value, preferably something they don't know about, something that's new, something that's going to move their needle, move them forward. These are very important things to think about before you continue actually creating your product. So these market tools we want to look at. In having an understanding of what's the competition, what's your opposition, to understand this market, who's already in the market. You can go to clickbank.com. You can look at people already in your interest, in your market of interest, and you can start to see, look, these guys are already in there. What are their programs like? You can purchase one of these programs and start to see what they are doing. What is it that gets your attention? You're obviously going to need to look at things like AdWords. You need to do Google AdWords. You can look at books. You can look at magazines. You can go to YouTube. There are a lot of places you can get information on your particular niche, see who's the best out there. Go onto Google itself. Go to some of these other sites that are actually doing what you want to do or similar to what you want to do, and then see what they're doing. And it's well worth investing in a course to see how that course is being put together, if it's a successful course. And then you can emulate that. You don't want to copy it, obviously. You want to put your own perspective and bring things of value into what your perspective is trying to get across as a coach, as a trainer on a how-to product. So Amazon bestsellers is also going to give you a lot of information, and we spoke already about titles, bookshops, what category is it in. You need to really define your category, you need to define your title, your subtitle, and the more you understand and the deeper you understand your perfect avatar, your perfect potential client, the better. And the more that you understand that market and how you can differentiate your unique perspective in the market, the better. I know a marketing person who specializes in a specific type of holiday for venue. But she only works with the best venues that have a unique, durable advantage. And those is the one that she takes on board and she markets, and obviously gets a great return for the client in the marketing, because she's chosen the right venue in the first place to do her tourism, her marketing for holidays. And it makes sense, right? Because think about it. They have a unique thing, an advantage that you can sell. All you got to do is get your proper marketing together and put it together. If you're going to get something that's in a mass market that has no differentiating, if it's just a 3-star amongst many thousands of 3 stars, how are you going to market it? You can, but it's tough. Better to find something that's unique, has a natural hot spring for health. It's something that venue has, that facility has, and you can market that. Makes it a lot easier. Look, so I hope some of this has been useful. And last and not but least, you could do a survey to put your existing groups to existing lists, and you can ask. And even if you get your first product out, many times products start and your first product will not be your best. If you look at enterprises, bigger organizations, they will have an MVP, a minimum viable product. They will put it out. They'll see how the market reacts to it. They'll then ask questions. They'll do surveys, and they will change that. And they will change it, and they'll change it. Many of these big platforms that we have today have morphed from the original idea. They have morphed into other ideas, and something that then becomes viable, becomes profitable. So these are things that you really need to think about. Spend some time, 70% of your time, on the pre-planning, on the pre-setup, and getting things right, as opposed to just jumping in. We all want to jump in and create a product. We're all welcome to do it, and then just learn the mistakes after. Or you can learn from other people's mistakes and save yourself the time and the money. You get more capability a lot quicker by listening to people who really made those mistakes. Hope this has been useful. As always, remember to like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.